Hi, this video provides a quick overview of flipped learning. What is flipped learning? It sounds like a very old concept, an old wine in a new bottle. The old one is the use of instructional video for teaching. We have been using this at the beginning of the instructional technology, using video to engage the mass for instruction. And the new bottle is a new label we call instructional video, flipped videos. Is that correct? The traditional view of learning is students read prior to the classroom and then they answer questions or engage in discussion. Whereas in a flipped classroom, students will watch the video prior to the classroom activities and they do more discussion or activities in the classroom. The view is the traditional teaching focus most of the time on acquisition of new knowledge in a classroom, whereas in a flipped classroom, there are time and activity devoted to retention of knowledge and time for acquisition of new knowledge and skills. However, flipped videos can be boring because if they're just straight lectures, they are not very engaging. And lectures in a classroom can be engaging. Look at the TED Talks. Many of the video lectures are inspiring. And in a traditional classroom, they don't have to be straight lectures. There can be a lot of engaging activities for students. However, on the other hand, the advancement in new technology allow teachers to leverage different new tools to engage students in the classroom. In the old days, imagine having teacher produce a video. It takes a lot of effort to use a camera and produce them in VHS tape or disc. Now with the advancement of new technology, teacher can use a lot of free tools to create videos and students can access this video from many different devices. Therefore, in a very basic sense, a flipped classroom is to have the students watch video at home and do homework at school. So parents be the teacher and instructor help with the homework. That's the myth or the traditional view of this new concept. There's a better definition than that. According to the Flipped Learning Network, flipped classroom or flipped learning is a pedagogical approach in which direct instruction moves from the group learning space to the individual learning space, and the resulting group space is transformed into a dynamic interactive learning environment where the educator guides students as they apply concepts and engage creatively in a subject matter. Sounds nice, right? It's not using video to provide direct instruction. It's allow educators to have more time to engage students in learning. Therefore, teachers need to start learning how to move from a teacher-centered classroom to a student-centered classroom. According to the National Training Laboratory, lectures and reading, students will only retain 5% or 10% of the information, whereas if they are practicing by doing or teaching others, they retain 75 or 90% of the information. So let's also flip Bloom's taxonomy. Have students watching video for lower level concepts so they can understand and remember what they're learning, and use the class time to engage them in higher order activities such as analyzing the content, evaluating the material, and creating their own projects or videos. According to Bergman and Sam, there are multiple paths to flipped classrooms. Students can create peer learning instructional video for each other. They can engage in flipped project-based learning where they will acquire the knowledge and skills through videos and use the class time to work on project-based learning. Or flipped genius hours refer to allowing students the free time, maybe 10% or 20% of the instructional time for them to explore area of interest that they want to expand their knowledge in. Here's another flipped classroom model based on experiential learning. We can provide students the learning experience through game simulation or experiments to hook them and get them interested in the subject. And then they can move on to watch video lectures or listen to the audio to learn more about the content. Next, so what? They can reflect on their learning experiences or complete a test to show their understanding. And finally, we want students to create a personalized project and present it to the group or the class, showing their understanding so they can demonstrate and apply what they have learned. There are many resources to help educators learn more about flipped classroom. For example, the flippedclass.com, you can see many well-selected flipped videos to see how other educators use or create flipped classrooms. And Flipped Learning Network is also another excellent site where you can learn more about resources that you can utilize in a classroom. What about the tools? Creating your own flipped classrooms or flipped learning. To begin with, Gene is a free program that you can download, install on your computer, and it can help you capture screenshots, annotate screenshot, or create videos. And you can upload the video to the public websites to host the video. If you don't want to download anything, Screencast-O-Matic will be another choice where you can use a web-based browser to record a video up to 15 minutes and upload to YouTube, which it can be very convenient for access. And if YouTube is blocked at your school, you can also upload to the Screencast-O-Matic server. And if you don't want to reinvent the wheels, Blank Space is a tool that allows you to put a collection of video from YouTube or different resources, put a lesson together, and for each video you can ask a question for students to engage in discussion. It's a great tool for teachers just want to put video of similar topics but maybe focus on different angles to deepen student understanding. What about if you want to make your video more interactive? You can embed questions or quizzes in your video. And Edpuzzle is a tool that lets you monitor who has watched the video and who hasn't, and how well they're doing on answering the questions. So these are wonderful tools to get you started. Take the first step and see how it goes for your classroom.